Hi children, we are going to discuss in chapter 8 Kingdoms and Empires. In previous class we have learnt about the 16 great kingdoms, that means Mahajanapadas. They fought for supremacy. Magadha became a powerful among the 16 great kingdoms. From this chapter we have to learn about the Mauryan dynasty and Ashoka and Dhamma. Dhamma means Dharma. Know about important kings of Gupta dynasty and their important contribution in different fields, and some important contemporary kingdoms of South India and their architecture. We will learn some great empire and kingdoms in our country in the ancient period. Look at the flow chart. It shows kingdoms and empires. There are three important dynasties in India: Mauryan dynasty, Gupta dynasty and South Indian dynasty. South Indian dynasty again divided into four subdivisions: Satavahana dynasty, Ikshvakus and Pallavas and Chalukyas. Mauryans who ruled in between 322 to 187 BCE. BCE means before Common Era. Next, Gupta dynasty. They ruled 319 BCE to 543 BCE. Now let us know the meaning of kingdom and empires. A territory ruled by king was called kingdom. Larger kingdoms were called empire. Generally, kingdoms is the part of the empire. Kingdoms very small compared with the empire. Now we are going to discussing about Mauryan dynasty. The important rulers of the Mauryan rulers were Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, Ashoka. Initially, Chandragupta Maurya became the king of the Magadha with the help of the Kautilya. They defeated Mahapadmananda of Nanda dynasty and established in Mauryan Empire by the Chandragupta Maurya in 323 BC. The founder of the Mauryan dynasty was Chandragupta Maurya. The Mauryans had a strong army and powerful army. They conquered large part of North India. They ruled from Pataliputra. Now it is called Patna. Ashoka was the great king among the all kings of Mauryans. Ashoka was the son of the Bindusara. After the Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara became the ruler of Magadha. Later, his son Ashoka became the king of Mauryan dynasty. The Battle of Kalinga or War of Kalinga was the one of the greatest event in the Indian history, mainly at the time of Ashoka. Ashoka wanted to establish a large kingdom. He fought many wars to expand his kingdom. Among them, Kalinga War was an important one. Kalinga was an independent state. It was located on the east coast of India. Now it is called Odisha. It is a neighboring state of our Andhra Pradesh. Ashoka grandfathers made an unsuccessfully attempt to defeat of Kalinga. Ashoka waged a war against the Kalinga. His war against the Kalinga turned into a bloody one. He conquered the kingdom of Kalinga. Emperor Ashoka walked through the bloody battlefield of Kalinga. He saw a huge number of dead and wounded. Though he won the war, he felt very unhappy and decided not to wage war any hereafter. He realized he took path of Dhamma and he devoted the rest of his life to non-violence. He became the follower of the Buddhism, which preaches non-violence. Look at the India map. It shows the empire of Ashoka 2250 years ago. Next we are going to discussing about the Ashoka's inscription on Kalinga War. Ashoka's inscription on the Kalinga War was found on the rock edict number 13. Observe the given information in the inscription. Whenever an independent land is conquered, lakhs of people die and many are taken prisoners. That's why I am sad. I believe that the winning people through Dhamma is much better than conquering them through the force. I am inscribing this message for the future so that my son and grandson should not think about war. Instead of they should try to think about the ways to spread Dhamma. Dhamma is the Prakrit word for Dharma. Ashoka got many others inscription carved at different places of his empire. The main aim of his inscriptions convey his message of Dhamma he appointed special officers to read his inscription to the illiterates. The main principles of Dhamma are: be kind towards animals, be obedient to father and mother, be kind towards the poor, respect the elders, never criticize the other religions, work for the welfare of mankind. Look at the picture. It is the Ashoka Dharma Chakra with 24 spokes. The government of India honored the Emperor Ashoka even after many hundred of years. The lion capital of Ashoka's pillar at Sarnath has been taken as our national emblem. Now we are going to discussing about our national emblem, that is lion capital. The national emblem is the symbol of our authority of nation. This was officially adopted as our national emblem. It was implemented from the 26th January 1950. In the emblem, 3 lions are visible. The 4th lion is hidden from the view. The 4 lions represent 4 qualities of power, courage, confidence and pride. The wheel appears in the relief in the center of an abacus with the following: an elephant on the east, a bull on the west, a horse on the south and a lion on the north. The elephant represents strength, the bull represents hard work, the horse represents loyalty, speed and energy, and the lion represents bravery. Satyameva Jayate, that means truth alone triumphs. This word inscribed below the abacus. This word extracted from Mundaka Upanishad. Ashoka planted trees on the both sides of the road to provide shade and fruits for hungry people. Wells were dug to provide water for the people. Hospitals were set up to provide medical care for people and animals. Ashoka learned from a Buddhist monk that water and food are sacred, so he provided them to all people. People enjoyed the facility of roads. Road connected the people of different culture in his empire. Trade and transportation became easier. Political unity was achieved in his empire. Who came after Ashoka were weak and insufficient. This was the cause for downfall of the Mauryan Empire. The picture, it is Ashoka's inscription in Prakriti script. Now we are discussing about Gupta's empire. Gupta's dynasty or empire founded by the Chandragupta I. He ruled from the Pataliputra, which was also the capital of the previous Mauryan Empire. Important rulers of Gupta's empire were Chandragupta I, Samudragupta and Chandragupta II. Several small kingdoms fought among themselves after the fall of the Mauryan Empire in North India. India had no strong ruler for 500 years until the Gupta dynasty took control of the North India. The earlier famous ruler of Gupta dynasty was Chandragupta I. This is the Guptan Empire. Here given student activity. Write any 4 important cities of the Gupta Empire as shown in the map. After Chandragupta, his son Samudragupta became the ruler. The Gupta Empire in North India was expanded in his time. He was a great conqueror and remained undefeated. The next important ruler was Chandragupta II. He defeated the Shaka kings of the western India. Do you know? 9 important kingdoms of the North India were defeated by him, and they were made part of his kingdom. He defeated 12 rulers of the South India. They were allowed to rule after their surrendered. It is started that he conquered up to Kanchi in Tamil Nadu. The Gupta period was famous for great books and developments in literature, mathematics, medicine and astronomy. They were widely used in the modern world too. There were 9 great scholars in the court of Chandragupta II. They were called Navaratnas, that means 9 gems. The famous poet Kalidas was one among them. Navaratnas are 9 jewels, mainly Amarsimha, lexicographer, that means keeping alphabetical order or sequence, Dhanvantari, physician, Harisena, Sanskrit poet, Kalidasa, a poet and play, write in Sanskrit, Vittala Bhatta, magician, Kahapanaka, astrologer, Shanku, architect, Varahamihara, astronomer. Vararuchi, mathematician and linguistic. Among the Navaratnas, Kalidasa was very famous poet and dramatist. He wrote so many books. Abhijnana Shakuntalam, Raghuvamsam, Meghadoota, etc. Dhanvantari is also very famous physician in Navaratnas. Dhanvantari is regarded as one of the world's first surgeon and medical practitioner from the Gupta era. He is considered as the origin exponent of Ayurveda. He also worshipped as a god of medicine. In the coming class, we will discuss about inventions of mathematics, medicine, discoveries in astronomy, Shatavahanas, Ikshvakus, Pallavas and Chalukyas.